Hi there and welcome to part 3 of Let's Play Brutal Mario. So, I'm going to have energy this episode. So I'm going to be talking lots, making insightful comments.
Yeah.
So there's some crystals there, that's exciting. Ooh, diamonds. Hey.
I'm sorry you built all that energy for an underwater level, because they're not known for their pace.
Well, even better, because then I can just compensate for the fact. So, Torpedo Teds. We were discussing this the other night.
Torpedo Teds.
And how they're... Oh, that's a good effect.
It's pretty fun.
It's making me feel slightly ill, but I'm fine with that. That's, if anything, a bonus. I'm in such a good mood. So Torpedo Teds are basically...
They appear once in the original game in one level.
Yeah. And ROM hackers seem to love them for some reason.
Just pepper them, even if it's not an underwater level, they make you spin jump on them for long distances over huge gaps. Which pretty much means, yeah, you've got to use a save state because it's not exactly the most reliable thing to do in the world.
I'm not particularly good at it.
And I think you have to be running, like, holding run to do it because they go that fast. And that turns all the statues on, and all the, well, it turns the temple on basically, all the elevators work now.
Yeah.
So I can go up here, it's slightly maze-like, but nothing that'll, it's not pipe maze type territory.
I hate pipe maze. Why do people make them? They're just a nightmare.
I don't know, I think that's lazy level design really, like... There's no element of skill, it's memorising a path that you've trialled and failed at before.
Exactly.
Which isn't...
what a load of nonsense.
Isn't in the spirit of Mario.
No, it's not. You're right. You're right, Jack.
I'm always right.
Well,
I
don't say that.
Actually, I've been wrong quite a lot. Polar bear gate, vultures that spit out potatoes, my greatest hits there already.
Yeah.
And that's just on tape, like, I've been wrong off tape.
Oh, I just realised what you mean by polar bear gate. I thought you were just making stuff up.
No, the pig in...
What was the vulture thing?
Well, I thought they spat out potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
When it's more likely that they spit out rocks after many second opinions. And not nuts either. So this is quite a nice treat he's given me there. It's a nice bunch of coins. It's not even a secret pathway, you have to go this way.
So you have to get quite a lot of coins.
Yeah, if this was Captain Avoid the Coins, like, this would be horrible, but it isn't.
I hate Captain Avoid the coins.
It's really
it's a
hard.
Rubbish game.
It's really, I know. Why is it coins? Why couldn't it have been like black holes? Anyway.
It's really hard to avoid black holes, Jack.
So this is, well, the game calls it Majinki. Do you recognise this guy? Probably won't.
I don't think I do. He looks Final Fantasy-esque.
It's a Square Enix game. But it's a Chrono Trigger. That's the game, and this is the Mammon Machine. And the Mammon Machine is something built by the ancient magical...
Malevolence?
They existed in 13,000 BC, but they're a very advanced magical-based society.
Okay.
And they discovered Lavos, which was the main baddie in the game, who was buried deep into the Earth's core since prehistoric times, absorbing the Earth's energy. And they wanted to use him to power to make themselves powerful, basically, to use them for like magic weapons and whatnot. And this was the machine they used to convert energy from Lavos into whatever they wanted. And he's also a boss in the game.
I really should play Chrono Trigger, shouldn't I, Jack?
It's pretty awesome. I insist that you give it a try one day. It's a very good game. You could LP it blind, but it's an RPG and that requires a lot of editing, I think, to make it interesting.
I think you're right there, Jack.
And I've seen people LP it before and they've edited it very well, where they basically give the gist of the fights once so you can see what the enemies are like, and then in subsequent battles they'll just skip to the end of every battle.
Yeah.
Which I think is
well, I mean, one thing I've discussed with you and also sort of thought about in general is like the best of games, because like some games they're not that LPable, but it'd be good to show off certain aspects of them. So is that just a sub-boss?
That's the mid-boss, yeah.
Wow.
But this is a secret path, so I think they expect you to do a bit more work, because if you do this, you get to skip an entire world out.
Yeah.
But and as I said before, you can use those orange doors to skip once you get these coins. Now, I do forget his actual name, but this is the final boss from Diddy Kong's Quest. Donkey Kong Country 2.
You forget the name?
I forget what he's actually called. He's not King K. Rool. Like he's a relative of his.
What was the one that you said was Baron von Krulenstein?
That's in 3. He's like a scientist.
Are you sure this isn't K. Rool?
This is pirate cousin. I'm pretty sure of it. Like, if you look in the credits, it doesn't say anything like King K. Rool or whatever.
Oh, okay, fair play.
It's just his pirate friend.
I wish I had like everyone had a pirate equivalent of them.
And a mad scientist equivalent.
Yeah. This is a really good version of the, well, I say version of this boss, it basically just is the boss, but it's in Mario.
Yeah, I think whenever they do like a custom boss, they try and make his attack patterns or strategy at least comparable in terms of flavour or practicality to what it is. So
yeah.
These orange things are hard to avoid. They don't damage you, but they make your movement speed cripplingly small.
That was interesting. It glitched out and made you have the colours of a fireflower when you're small. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It will do that even if you get hit. Those orange things, like it doesn't matter what size you are.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like okay. So
if I get hit, it's basically on a timer. It's not based on what I look like. I mean, you don't want to get hit by them because it makes any of his attacks very hard to avoid, and sometimes impossible. So it depends how lucky you are. The first two waves of these mines, you can just hold down on, and you can just jump over the lower ones. And the first wave, you can just hold duck and you'll be fine for the entire thing.
yeah.
But, you know, you can see the cruel resemblance. I mean, he's got a musket, that's different, but he still likes to use his body as an attack, you know.
I'd call that a blunderbuss, Jack.
Okay, I'll agree with you there. Again, my ability to categorise things based on sight alone is terrible.
This is why I'm an excellent librarian.
I tried to be a librarian once, but I ate all the books.
Yeah, you did do that. And now you're a bit screwed.
The cookbooks weren't as tasty as I thought.
Aha!
But it's one off, and I was lucky because there weren't any low-reaching ones, so I was lucky there. So that's 4 hits.
So what's this background from? Because is this...
I don't know.
Is it from the secret, like, the end of the secret path in Donkey Kong Country 2?
It may well be.
Because you go through, like, a temple bit if you get all the bonuses, don't you?
I've not done that before. I'm going to do an LP of Diddy Kong's Quest sometime in the future, and I'll do that. So that could be a good show, actually.
So this is a theme of later Donkey Kong, but final bosses, I think, is going invisible.
Yeah. I mean, I think Rare just like invisibility is a thing, like Klungo does it as well.
Oh, he does, that's true.
But that's him. And that was a narrow victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Excellent. And so for this, we get a shortcut to the next world.
Yeah, that red level up there. If you finish it, you get to go to pretty much to World 3.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm going to trudge through World 2 for you all. This is the unfinished bridge. Those donut blocks will be familiar to anyone who's ever played well, many Mario games have them now, in fact.
Number 3 was the original Origin, I believe.
Yeah. Surprised they never got a trophy in Smash Brothers. It seems like the kind of thing they would make a trophy for.
Because they didn't have enough Mario trophies in Smash Brothers. They had the bucket.
I
still have yet to research.
I'm pretty sure that's from what's it called? Wario's Woods, or no, not Wario's Woods. Mario and Wario.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like, I think the whole idea is that like, see, I was just pausing to think about it there. Like Wario or Mario, I can't remember which, gets a bucket on their head and they can't see.
Yeah.
So you have to like poke him around a level, basically. And I think is a fairy involved. I don't know. I've not played it before.
You think there's a fairy involved? So yeah, I mean, one and very thing that's differentiated from a lot of ROM hacks is you get power-ups.
Power-ups that don't need to be there. It's not like the puzzle power-ups where the mushroom's there to either screw you up or you need it to get past a certain part of the game.
Yeah, or likewise, a number of ROM hacks where they just go, oh, we'll be generous, and they give you a cape feather, and then you can just break the level. Like, flying wouldn't help you here.
No.
You know, it's actually well designed.
No, I don't think there's any time where I've done like, there's probably like one time where I've got like an unintentional sort of easy ride in a level because they gave me something. But again, it's debatable whether that was intentional or not, because I don't know. what the like the sort of thinking behind this game was.
Now, Jack, why do they have the note block things? Why do they have notes on them?
I don't know. I think.
What's your theory?
Well, my best theory for it is you get exactly that amount of time to stand on them, a note's worth.
That's interesting.
But I don't know.
Fake coins.
Well, this is called the Intangible House, and you'll see the things that are kind of like translucent.
And then presumably the switch turns them on. Yeah,
that's how it works. And thing is, like as I said before, I think he's tried to keep to a lot of Mario traditions in terms of what the levels are meant to be like. Now, ghost houses for me, traditionally puzzly kind of riddle type levels.
Yes, definitely.
Not so much on. I mean, there are a few like tricky jumps in them, but genuinely they're about solving a puzzle.
Yeah, precisely.
So here I need to do this, which is probably the puzzle of the level, is to use the shell to turn everything back on, so you can go through this door. The door that I could get into there would just loop me back through the level again.
Standard ghost house fare. Ghost house fare.
And this is, again, don't press that switch because you loop the level again, because you can't go through this door, because it will become intangible if you turn everything back on.
Ah, okay.
And again, in true ghost house style, I can run under things, like be sort of start somewhere else in the level and I can get here where I couldn't get before. I could, but all these blocks wouldn't exist.
So the boss was unbeatable.
The boss was unbeatable. I think in every ghost house I've played through so far, and like my travels in this game, you can go to the Big Boo at the start of the level, but you can't beat him because you haven't done something which will let you do it.
That makes sense.
And a comment I'll repeat from my Donkey Kong LP is that this game doesn't tend to recycle ideas too much. It'll tend to give you a gimmick, make you play with it for a bit, and then throw it in the bin.
Very admirable, I think. Especially from someone, again, that's not even being made by a studio.
This is a Herculean effort for an indie game, but we'll see more of that in the next part.
See you then!